In a groundbreaking development that has sent shockwaves through the scientific community, Google's quantum computing team has unveiled a discovery that could fundamentally alter our understanding of reality. For years, physicists have debated the existence of the multiverse, a mind-bending theory suggesting that our universe is just one of countless parallel realities coexisting simultaneously. Now, thanks to Google's state-of-the-art quantum computer chip, there is new evidence that may confirm the multiverse is not just a theoretical concept, but a tangible reality. And if this is true, everything we thought we knew about existence, time, and the very fabric of reality may be wrong. This isn't just another abstract physics experiment. The scientists involved in the project are reportedly alarmed by their findings. Some fear that they may have inadvertently opened a door to something far beyond human comprehension, while others worry that they've glimpsed a truth humanity was never meant to uncover. If what Google's quantum chip has revealed is accurate, we could be standing on the precipice of a technological revolution, or a catastrophe unlike anything we've ever imagined. So what exactly did Google's quantum computer discover? And why are some of the world's leading scientists so terrified? Let's dive into the details. Google's quantum breakthrough. A gateway to the multiverse? Quantum computing has long been hailed as one of the most revolutionary fields in modern science. Unlike traditional computers, which rely on binary bits, zeros and ones, quantum computers use qubits, which can exist in multiple states simultaneously. This phenomenon, known as superposition, allows quantum computers to perform calculations at speeds that would take even the most advanced supercomputers millions of years to complete. In 2019, Google made headlines when its quantum computer, Sycamore, achieved quantum supremacy, the point at which a quantum computer outperforms the best classical computers. But now, years later, something even more extraordinary has happened. Recent experiments with Google's latest quantum chip have produced anomalous results, patterns that defy logic and suggest the system is interacting with something beyond our known reality. Deutsch was one of the first scientists to explicitly connect quantum mechanics with the multiverse. His work, particularly in the 1980s, built on the many worlds interpretation of quantum mechanics proposed by Hugh Everett in the 1950s. The many worlds interpretation attempts to show that every quantum event results in a branching of the universe into multiple coexisting realities. For example, if a particle can exist in two states, the universe splits into two versions, one for each state. These branches are not merely hypothetical, but are thought to represent real parallel universes. Deutsch extended this idea to quantum computing. In his view, when a quantum computer performs a computation in broad strokes, it simultaneously processes information in multiple parallel universes. Each computation takes place in a distinct branch of reality, and the quantum computer effectively leverages this multiplicity to solve problems that are impossible for classical computers. In practical terms, Deutsch argued that the extraordinary efficiency of quantum algorithms, such as Shor's algorithm for factoring large numbers, can only be fully understood if quantum computers are seen as working across parallel universes. This interpretation has been highly influential, though not, as we shall see, universally accepted. Still, the idea remains a cornerstone of the multiverse argument in quantum mechanics. The claims surrounding Google's Willow chip resonate with Deutsch's theories, as the chip's computational feats appear to align with his description of quantum computing as an inherently multiverse-dependent process. However, skeptics caution that Deutsch's interpretation is one of many competing frameworks within quantum mechanics, and more experimental evidence is needed to validate or refute the multiverse hypothesis, the experiment that changed everything. The discovery began during a routine experiment at Google's quantum AI lab. Scientists were testing the behavior of entangled particles within their quantum processor. Quantum entanglement is one of the most mysterious phenomena in physics. When two particles become entangled, their states are linked no matter how far apart they are. But during this particular experiment, something inexplicable occurred. Instead of behaving in ways consistent with the known laws of physics, the quantum system began outputting results that suggested information was being exchanged with another reality. The data didn't match anything from our universe. At first, researchers assumed it was a glitch in the system. But after running the experiment hundreds of times, they kept getting the same result. It was as if the quantum chip was somehow interacting with an unseen parallel dimension. Did Google just prove the multiverse exists? The concept of the multiverse has been a topic of debate for centuries. In standard quantum mechanics, when an event occurs at the quantum level, all possible outcomes exist simultaneously in a state of superposition. According to the many worlds interpretation, every possible outcome actually happens, splitting reality into multiple coexisting timelines. This means that, right now, there could be infinite versions of you living out different possibilities in parallel universes. Until now, this has been purely theoretical. But Google's quantum chip may have just provided the first tangible evidence that these parallel realities are real, and that we might be able to access them. If true, this discovery is both exhilarating and terrifying. It raises a chilling possibility. Are we being watched by another universe? The alarming implications. Information leak between dimensions. One of the most unsettling aspects of the experiment was the way information seemed to leak between dimensions. Quantum computers rely on a process called quantum tunneling, where particles move through barriers they shouldn't be able to pass. But in this experiment, the tunneling effect wasn't confined to our universe. The system was responding as if data from somewhere else was influencing it. This suggests that our universe is not sealed off. Instead, it may be constantly interacting with other versions of reality. And if that's true, then we have to ask, if we can observe them, can they observe us? Could advanced civilizations from parallel universes have already discovered how to move between worlds? And if so, have they been watching us all along? The scientists who are terrified. Not everyone is celebrating Google's findings. Some of the world's top physicists and AI researchers have issued stark warnings about the dangers of continuing these experiments. Dr. Michael Heller, a quantum physicist from MIT, stated, "We are tampering with the very fabric of reality. We don't know what we're dealing with, and we may be opening doors that should remain closed." Dr. Emily Carter, another leading scientist, echoed these concerns. If these experiments are proving the existence of parallel worlds, then we have no way of knowing what we might be inviting into our own. Some even speculate that Google may have already lost control of the experiment. Rumors have surfaced that several researchers working on the project have quit unexpectedly, claiming they witnessed something they couldn't explain. The most disturbing question: did Google's quantum computer contact another intelligence? Perhaps the most unsettling question of all is whether Google's quantum computer made contact with another intelligence. Some experts believe that quantum systems might not just interact with other versions of our universe. They might allow for communication between realities. If that's true, then Google's quantum chip may have accidentally sent a signal into another dimension, or worse, received one. One anonymous researcher claimed, "We ran a test where we expected completely random outputs, but instead, the system produced a structured sequence, almost like a message." If another intelligence from a parallel universe has already learned how to navigate the multiverse, then what did we just tell them? And more importantly, what might they do next? Why Google suddenly went silent. Strangely, after the initial excitement surrounding the discovery, Google has gone silent. The quantum computing team has refused to comment on the anomalous results, and some researchers have been transferred to unrelated projects. Insiders claim that a classified report has been sent to a government agency, warning that these experiments could have unintended consequences. Is it possible that Google stumbled upon something so dangerous that they've been ordered to shut it down? Or are they continuing the research in secret, away from public scrutiny? The dark side of quantum computing. While most people see quantum computing as a technological revolution, some researchers are deeply concerned about its potential dangers. Unlike classical computers, which process information in a predictable manner, quantum computers operate in ways that defy human intuition. They can manipulate particles in superposition, harness quantum entanglement, and even perform calculations by accessing multiple realities simultaneously. This means that Google's quantum chip may not have just detected the multiverse. It may have actively interacted with it. And that raises a terrifying possibility. What happens if we open a door to another reality, one we can't close? What if we accidentally pull something through? And what if something has already noticed us? The evidence for parallel universe. For decades, physicists have debated whether parallel realities are real or just a mathematical abstraction. But growing scientific evidence suggests that our universe may be one of many, constantly interacting with other versions of reality. Some of the strongest evidence comes from cosmic background radiation, the leftover light from the Big Bang. Scientists have noticed strange cold spots in this radiation, anomalies that can't be explained by any known physics. One leading theory? These cold spots could be where our universe has collided with another. If quantum computers are now picking up signals from these other worlds, then the multiverse may be far more connected than we ever imagined. If parallel universes interact with ours, could that explain strange glitches in reality, such as the Mandela effect? The Mandela effect occurs when large groups of people remember events differently from how history records them. Some famous examples include the Berenstain Bears versus Berenstain Bears controversy, the belief that Nelson Mandela died in prison in the 1980s, he actually lived until 2013, and the mysterious disappearance of certain movie scenes or book passages from public memory. Some researchers speculate that these memory discrepancies could be caused by shifts between parallel timelines. If quantum computers can interact with other universes, could they also be influencing our own reality? And if Google's quantum chip accidentally caused a ripple between dimensions, is it possible that we've already experienced subtle shifts in history without even realizing it? Shortly after Google's multiverse discovery, an anonymous insider leaked an internal memo detailing the company's growing concerns. The memo allegedly contained chilling statements such as, "We have observed quantum states that appear to violate expected physical laws," and "There is strong evidence that information is being exchanged between realities." Most disturbingly, the memo mentioned structured patterns in what should be random quantum noise. If what should be random noise is showing patterns, then something on the other side may be trying to communicate. Google isn't the only organization interested in quantum computing and the multiverse. In recent years, both NASA and the U.S. Department of Defense have invested billions of dollars into quantum research. Why? Because whoever controls quantum computing could control the future of technology, intelligence, and even reality itself. Leaked documents from DARPA suggest that the U.S. military is deeply interested in quantum espionage, the ability to decrypt any known encryption and reality manipulation, the theoretical application of quantum computing to alter data across timelines. If Google's experiment accidentally interacted with another universe, is it possible the governments have known about this for years? And if they're now involved in Google's research, does that mean we've already crossed into dangerous territory? The strange case of the missing scientists. After Google's quantum discovery, several key scientists who worked on the project suddenly vanished from public view. Some resigned without explanation, while others were reassigned to classified research divisions. One researcher, Dr. Andrew Mitchell, allegedly told a close friend before disappearing, We made contact. It wasn't supposed to happen. We weren't ready for what we found. What did he mean by "we made contact"? And what could be so terrifying that it forced some of the world's top scientists into silence? Are we on the verge of a reality collapse? One of the biggest fears among physicists is that tampering with quantum systems on this level could destabilize reality itself. If our universe is just one of many, there could be a fragile balance keeping these worlds separate. What if Google's quantum chip accidentally weakened that barrier? What if parallel realities are now bleeding into ours? Dr. Richard Carlson, a leading quantum physicist, has warned, if we push quantum systems too far, we may create an irreversible rift between realities. And if that happens, we won't know until it's too late. If quantum computing can tap into other realities, it raises an even darker question. Are we living in a simulation? The simulation hypothesis, the idea that our reality is a complex artificial simulation run by a higher intelligence, has been a controversial theory for decades. But Google's quantum experiment may have revealed something fundamental about our existence. If quantum computers are picking up signals from outside our known universe, could it mean we are detecting the framework of the simulation itself? What happens next? The full extent of Google's quantum discovery remains classified. But one thing is certain. We are on the verge of a new era of science and technology, one that could either unlock the greatest mysteries of the universe or plunge us into an existential nightmare. If the multiverse is real, then we must ask ourselves, are we alone in our universe, or are other civilizations watching us from parallel worlds? If we can interact with other dimensions, have they already interacted with us? And most terrifying of all, if Google's quantum chip really pierced the fabric of reality, did we just open a door to something we can never close? Final questions to consider. If Google really detected signals from another universe, why was the experiment shut down so quickly? Have governments already known about quantum multiverse interactions and kept it classified? Could quantum computers alter our timeline or even destroy it? And if we are living in a simulation, what happens if we get too close to the truth? The answers to these questions may determine the fate of humanity itself.